One. Hey, Manly family, how you doing? This is Dwayne Jordan. Just wanted to change the speed a little bit. Hope you all enjoying the content we're putting out there with the Insight series, the boys chatting up about future stars and our draft. And we really want to hope that you guys keep tuning into our Manly Live channel. Today we're going to switch some gears up and we're going to talk about some mental health. I know in this day and age we need to keep ourselves in the right headspace and our right energy going forward, get through this tough times, and we're all here for each other, and we're going to pull through like the Manly family we are. I pulled in someone to help me talk about the subject. What better to get help than help from within house? We got a MWBA lifer and Dan Hobin. Man, Hobe's been here. How you doing, man?
Good, mate. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Little bit of history of Hope's. Hope's been a Manly guy for about 20 years. Been through the junior program, two-time champion with the Waratah men's seniors. 2 kids now.
Yeah.
Macklin and a little girl, Sierra, to Kirsten Hobin, who is another Waratah women's champion. So we got ballers in the building. And Coles is working in the field of psychology, mental health, counseling, sports psychology. So I figured I'd just bring him in here for a chat. Coles, how you doing, man? Tell us a little bit what you've been up to these days.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, thanks for having me, mate. It's good to share some content with the guys, the family, but we're doing all right. Our little girl's 6 weeks now, so we might be just over the real rough start, but juggling 2 kids and work and trying to stay sane in the current climate's a test, but we're getting through it, so it's good. We can't complain.
Well, good. So in your career, man, what's your workspace like? Where are you working at these days? What are you working?
So I'm currently a provisional psychologist at the Royal North Shore Hospital in community mental health. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I've done a little bit with Lifeline and some non-for-profit organisations as well, like New Horizons, where it's kind of like you're providing support work and things like that. So yeah, things are good. I'm getting there, but as you know, the study with psychology takes a very long time. It never really ends. So yeah, it keeps us busy.
Well, we're proud of you, man. Keep doing that. Keep grinding for that, helping us all rise. Psychology is a very important factor. So we just want to get into the topic. So right now, in this day and time, kids, everything's changed, and we're caught in this self-isolation era, as you can see. So I want to ask you a question of how do we get through this time in the headspace with parents that have kids that basketball has been taken away, the on-court presence of basketball. How do you think will be a great level of keeping sanity at the home, first and foremost, with the kids, like in a group home environment, like brothers and sisters and by themselves? How do you think you keep them in a sane space to start?
Yeah, look, I think it's important to mention that, constant media coverage about coronavirus and what we're going through right now can keep us in a heightened state of anxiety. So it's important to do a few things, but first of all, just limit the amount of media exposure that you're actually having. Keep things in perspective. It's, when we're stressed, it's easy to see things as worse than what they really are. I think another good one is, talk to your kids about what's happening. Like, children inevitably pick up on concerns and anxiety no matter where they are. So, it's important to speak to them about those concerns, support them, listen to them, validate their concerns. And, it's normal to feel some sort of stress and anxiety right now. I think another good one is just maintain, healthy routines where possible. So, do your exercise, concentrate on your nutrition, your sleep hygiene. Breathing exercises are a really good one. So meditation and mindfulness. Be creative with it. And also, I think lastly, promote positive mental health. So be kind to yourself, be flexible, get creative with what you can do right now. Focus on the things that you can control And if you need help or support, go and ask for it. See your GP or mental health professional.
Okay. Well, that's really great, and we appreciate you giving us that feedback, because I got me talking to you the other day and you giving me some of that feedback really helped soothe me, and I'm a on-the-go guy, and this is a different environment for me. But how do they keep that basketball, the sport, let's go to the sports psychology of it, the basketball has been taken away from them. They can't get on the court, work on their crossovers, work on their jump shots. They can't get any of that in. And they're forced to now learn from computer screen, going outside in the backyard. Give us what we should be doing to keep that passion alive until that day we're back on the court without getting bored or frustrated with that, and how can parents keep their mental focus on the game at a high level?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, motivation can come from a bunch of different sources, but ultimately, I think some sort of intrinsic internal motivation is needed. But if they're going really mad, but they're keen to play and they want to improve on their game, then they can use things like setting, specific goals, SMART goals. So, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely goals. They can again use consistent routines with exercise. They can, you've got to keep it fun. You've got to keep things changing and different. They can even look at, different things online. Be a student of the game. There's so much content online that they could be learning from, especially emulating, plays or their favorite players. So, there is a lot that we can do. They can be working on their game in terms of skill work, so dribbling, footwork, pick up the phone, talk to your coach, see what they recommend. They probably know your game better than you do. So reach out and come up with a plan of what you can and can't do.
I think that's really good to reach out, because it makes it seem like you're just not by yourself through it all. Because I think these walls get really tight and you get annoyed and sick of the people around you, and you need that different face. And even if it's a screen, that is a really good advice for us to keep our kids focused and keep even grown adults who love the sport focused, setting goals for themselves as well. I want to take it to, the last question I just want to ask you is, so let's say they go through all these measures that you said, and they try to keep themselves focused, but the kid is just not coping well with this, or the parents just not coping. What are some of the signs that that's happening, and what should they do and parents should do, or for themselves, or what their kids are just not really coping with, they're really not really trying to focus there? What can they do for help?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, look, and we all feel like this from time to time, but when it's affecting your normal daily functioning, then it's time to go see someone professionally, a psychologist, a GP, mental health professional. But, children and young people in general, they might be feeling overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. They could be more tired than usual, withdrawn, irritable, even fearful, unmotivated, more moody than usual, than normal teens. There's some early warning signs like loss of appetite, needing more comfort than usual, having concentration issues, and there can be physical concerns that are related to mental health as well. So it's good to keep an eye out for that stuff. If you're witnessing that change in behavior, then, like I said, reach out to a mental health professional or GP. If they're within that kind of 12 to 25-year-old space, then you can walk straight into Headspace and see some mental health professionals there too. But it's really important to keep an eye out for that, because it's an important time.
Well, that will take up too much more of your time. I know the day gets busy, but Hopes, really, man, thank you for giving us the heads up. Did you see the draft that happened, the all manly team?
I saw the snippet. I need to watch the whole thing, but I saw the 59 snippet on the Facebook page. I'm going to have to go to check it out on YouTube.
You were selected. You were Nate's. They do believe you were Nate's starting center spot. So yeah, you are loved and appreciated, man. So we'll be back on the court. I know me and you rocking in local comps, so make sure we get you healthy again, so we can get our title back in there in our Premier League. But Manly family, thank you for all that. If you got any questions or anything below, feel free to message me or message in the comment section. Thank you, Hopes, for coming out again. And everyone, stay safe, stay strong, and Eagle Nation, we will fly again. All right? MWBA all day. Later. Thanks, man. See ya.